I'm feeling very good. It will be a new season. For me, it's very important when I make pre-season with the team because it's like 2-3 months for the start competition. Yeah. It's very important when you're training with the team pre-season and you know everybody and much better than you come after start competition yes. My mentality always winning. I think I'm sure SJK is very good club in Finland. Last 2 seasons was not good for the team, for the club. I hope, I'm sure this season will be good for the team. We will do everything, I will do everything, I will give everything for the club, for the team. For in the end season, you must be like top club on the table. Yeah. Yes. I not feel like star. Yeah. I do my job. I come to the pitch, I give everything what I have, and sometimes more what I have, and for the team, because we are work together. We are like you understand what I mean?
Yeah, like a family.
Yeah, like a family. Yeah, we eat one bread, together, and we must do everything for friends on the pitch. Must respect everybody. We must hard work every training, and if we don't give everything what we have, we never will be
at the top level.
Top, yeah. Never. Finland football, every teams try to play football. I like that.
Yeah.
Every teams try building up to play football, not shoot away ball, not stay in 10 players back, and this is good for me, and I like what I see in Finland. But before, when I come to Finland, I almost never play in Ardivision.
Yeah,
but for me it will be like new. But now it's okay.
Yeah.
When I start, it will be a little bit difficult for me.
Yeah.
But now I liked.
You played in Netherlands.
Yes.
You played 2 seasons or 3 seasons. 2 seasons over there in Vitesse.
Yeah. It was. I think it was my best time on my career.
Yeah.
Because I working with. I think my best coach, my career. It's Peter Bosch. Yeah. He's after Vitesse. He go to Ajax, and after Ajax he goes to Borussia Dortmund. Yeah. I learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
And it was a very good time for me because good football. I learned a lot about football. Good training. I like this training. It's my football in Netherlands. It's my football, and good life. Everything was good for me. It was best time in my career.
Also, during those days, you played in Ukrainian national team also.
Yeah. I played in Ukrainian national team. I think 15 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice because everybody wants to play like a national team. It's like high level.
Yeah.
And of course, I was happy when I played, but it's live now. I don't play, but
Have you ever played against Finland?
I didn't play against Finland.
Yeah.
But I remember when Ukrainian played against Finland.
Yeah. So I noticed that you played against Italy and you played against Sweden and Norway. And
against Norway, I played against Brazil. Friendly game, and a lot of big games I played national team, but a lot of games was friendly games.
Your expectations for next season? What kind of season you are expecting? We are changing a little bit our style, also system. So we are now playing only one game per week, so it might be suited better for everyone.
Yeah, for me of course, because I'm 31 years old. For me, it's better play one games. Yeah, but competition long time. But how we start is very important. Very important when you start with victory, and it's you will take confidence for next game and keep look forward. It's very important how we start the season. But before the season we have cup. It's also very important.
Yeah.
I think it's a short way to go to Europe.
Yeah. And
we must be prepared for the cup and think about winning. Only this. We must have mentality winning, and play hard, play organized, aggressive, and then we can win.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.